Is there any risk of massive deflation on assets and consumer goods due to the central banks arriving at the party too late and will likely stay longer than they should, referring to rate increases?
Yes, I think there's a huge danger of that. I mean, you know, these people with a gigantic amount of debt they've created in the world, if that debt can't be serviced, and of course, now that they're raising interest rates, good chance that a lot of it won't be able to be serviced. People thought, hey, I can handle that at 2 or 3% or 4% interest rates, but now it's a little bit different, and it looks like they're raising it further. So yeah, there could be a catastrophic deflation. So yes, it could happen. So will it happen? I don't know, but real danger of it. And if it happens, then of course they will pull out all the stops to reinflate and throw money from helicopters. I got to believe we're looking at a catastrophe, even though, the sun's still shining outside at the moment, kind of.
But do you imagine it'll probably go, though, that we enter a recession, maybe a serious recession, and then they go back to the reinflation approach again? Like, do you imagine that's how we get to the utter chaos?
Yes, it's unpredictable because, you've got these thousands of PhD economists at the Fed and at the Treasury Department, for that matter, and they've all been miseducated. They all have the wrong ethical values. They have a total misunderstanding. And in fact, here's a point. Let me make this point, if I can. Modern monetary theory. We haven't heard much about this, perhaps because the idea is too scary, but they're actually putting modern monetary theory into effect. How does it work? What's the essence of it? In a nutshell, it's that it says the government can spend all the money it wants on anything it wants. Just print the money up and spend it wisely, the way the government does, okay? So that's fine. Well, what about inflation? Well, they're aware of that problem, that you print up all this money, you might have an inflation problem. How do they solve that problem? By taxing, by taking the money out of the economy. The taxes come in, and that handles the deficits for the US government, and it withdraws the purchasing media. So, you get the good things about spending money, and you solve the problem with the bad things. Now, it's a stupid cockamamie thing, and both the spending and the withdrawing of money, spending through inflation and withdrawing through taxation, they're both disastrous because they center massively more power in the hands of the government. So modern monetary theory is probably, I think it's the worst thing since Karl Marx himself. Marx would have thoroughly approved of the actual, and they're doing it. That's exactly what they're doing. They want to raise taxes now with this latest bill, and they want
this Inflation Reduction Act is a perfect example of it. Actually, it's a perfect example.
Yes. So it just centers a lot more power and money or capital, I should say, in the direction of the state and bureaucracy. So that's what's happening right now. It will be a total and complete catastrophe.
And modern monetary theory probably works especially well in the eyes of these central planners with a central bank digital currency.
It makes it a lot easier because then they can, monitor your individual bank account and debit and credit it wisely as they do.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a better tax, to better take the capital out of the spending media, as you said, out of the system. Like they can do it much more efficiently and much more targeted. And
if you need to, you can credit everybody with some money. So it's absolutely wonderful from that point of view.
Exactly.
This is really like a black comedy that we're watching.
It is.